And here are 3 things I wish I would have known before I started studying for my Nclex. By the way, I did take my Nclex. I passed the first try, 85 questions, but enough about that. So I want to say that before I studied for my Nclex, my sister passed her Nclex after 2 tries, and she used UWorld. I had a friend of mine who used UWorld, and so a lot of people that I know were telling me UWorld, 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 and I would just say you need to use what works for you. Obviously, nobody has time and money to be doing trial and error, but for me personally, I've done UWorld, I've done ATI, I've done boot camp, and for me personally, boot camp was the best. The reason I say boot camp above all the others, yes, it's cheaper, but besides that, they give you cheat sheets. So for the concepts that you're not understanding, whether it's med surge, whether it's pediatrics, maternity, whatever, they have a cheat sheet which is like a few pages, and it just summarizes the information that you need to know for that concept. And that helped me so much because I took my NCLEX being months out of school. So yeah, I suggest boot camp, but yeah. So you just really got to do what works for you. I will say that if you're somebody you've been out of school for a while and you need like content review, you should look into boot camp. If you're someone you kind of have a good understanding of the information already, then I would suggest UWorld. UWorld, the questions are harder, the practice exams are harder. So if you have a good handle, a good grasp on the concept, I suggest UWorld. But if you have been out of school for a while and you're looking to refresh your content, get a good understanding on the basic material, I would suggest bootcamp. Another thing I wish I would have known is how time consuming reviewing every question and reviewing every rationale is. That thing is so time consuming. Before I started my studying for my NCLEX, I was like, oh, I'm going to do a minimum 200 questions a day. Absolutely not. Then I was like, I'll do a minimum of 100 questions a day. Guys, realistically, I did 25 to 50 questions a day, and my head was literally pounding after those questions, okay? So in totality, I did about probably 1,000, 1,500, somewhere around there in totality before I took my NCLEX. And another thing I wish I would have known before studying for my NCLEX is to take those case studies seriously. Those next gen, whatever, where it's like a question, but the question is really 6 parts of the question. Please take those seriously. My NCLEX was full of those. Full of those. Like, I finished in 85 questions, probably like 60 questions of mine were case studies. So I had about like 10 case studies, kid you not. Maybe I had like 7 or 8, maybe I'm dragging it, but I had a lot of case studies, so those are super important. Take those very seriously.